let's get into the Patriots first. I think that everyone was a little bit surprised. Jimmy Garoppolo and the banged-up Patriots beat the Arizona Cardinals, but just how shocked were you, not only by the win, but by Jimmy's performance?
I thought he would play well. I thought they'd go 3-1 in this span and have a possibility to go 4-0 in general. But then when you look at how things were shaping up coming into that game, and I mean, obviously the Gronk thing was tough, but there's also no Deion Lewis, and he's also down 2 starting tackles. And, you know, the other team is pretty much healthy, and they're at home, and it's Sunday night. And, yeah, I mean, I had the Patriots. I changed my pick 90 minutes before kickoff, and I'm an idiot for doing so. I should have just, you know, in Belichick we trust. I think Garoppolo's going to be fine. We had to do a bunch of predictions before the year. You know, breakout player. I picked him as my breakout player because even though he's only playing 4 games, it's going to be enough and make enough of an impression that he you know, immediately he'll be someone who other teams covet in terms of trade. And he's someone who I frankly don't think they would trade. I think they'll hold on to, and I think that's the heir apparent to Tom Brady, whether that's, you know, at some point in 2017 or 2018 or whatever. He's there for a reason, and he'll continue to show his worth. And the longer he can work with Josh McDaniels, the better. So, no, that they you know, they're the best coaching staff in the league. They're incredibly prepared. No one makes better in-game adjustments. And the one thing I will say that, you know, surprised me a little bit is just the ability to, after outclassing them in the first half, to take that counterpunch that you knew was coming because Arizona's a good team, and then to come back and be able to win it late the way they did. And, yeah, the missed field goal helps, but for him to put them back and have that drive and put them back in position to take the lead, that certainly bodes well for their future.
Yeah, absolutely. My next question was actually going to be, what do you think is the most likely scenario for Garoppolo after these first 4 games going in the next few years? You said that you think that he will be the heir apparent. So how do you think the Patriots will kind of go about that? Do you think they'll be forced to franchise him in 2018? Do you think they'll try to reach a long-term deal with him before that time? How do you kind of see all that playing out?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that it'll come to that. I mean, they've got him, what, for 2 more years?
They've got him this season and
right.
next season, yeah.
Right. So, I mean, whether you want to start playing around with the contract after this year, which I guess you could, to try to incentivize it a little bit if he does play. But, I mean, after the 2017 season, Tom's going to be 40. Maybe he wants to keep playing, maybe he doesn't. These are good problems to have. But I don't think he's going anywhere. I mean, you know, whatever teams might offer, it would have to be an absolute bonanza, I believe, for them to get rid of him after this year, because they know the importance of having a potential franchise quarterback. And, yeah, if they have to franchise him, if it comes to that, if Tom's still playing and whatever in 2018, and Tom's going into 2019, and we're way, way down the road now.
Yeah.
You know, a team may have moved to London by then, for all we know. But, yeah, if you want to play it out that way, just go back to Castle, right? They'll franchise him if they have to protect the asset. And the great thing they have going for him is how incredibly maintained that cap is. I mean, how much room they have to maneuver, how, because of Tom's willing to structure things the way he does, that they can have luxuries at other points. Doesn't mean you don't have hard decisions to make, like any team with Chandler Jones and others, where you see where certain markets start to go and say, hey, that's just going to end up being too rich for our blood. But they're incredibly well managed. They're not going to let a potential franchise quarterback leave. I just don't see that happening.